The belly button, go 4 inches in front of that and go up, 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 up. And so I'm looking beyond and creating intent in my body. And you see how I'll go up, 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 up. That creates intent. It's again, it's that overanalyzing while it, and it can't happen when you do that. I mean, it's not only you, Kathy. I see it all the time. You just go into something and you say, this is what we're going to do. Up, 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 up.
Look at that.
And she doesn't mind it. She's not moving.
No,
she's blinking.
no.
She's breathing.
Well, and it feels good. You know, because this is a strain on the back, and that doesn't feel good. And then everything here starts locking up, and they get sore, and they get spasms, you know. So it's, quit hoping it's happening. Quit trying to micromanage that it happens. Just, this is what we're going to do. And this is what will happen. And know it in your own core.
Okay.
Okay? Just believe in it.
Okay.
Okay?
So go do it.
Yeah, you just do it.
Have her do it so she knows
It's
what
how
you're
that.
talking about.
Anywhere within that region. Not to 4. Don't go exact 4.
Oh, I will. She'll have a tape measure under there.
And I'm not sure how much.
You don't. You're all over my. You just go for it. You just go in there and you put that energy and you go up, 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 and you go for it. You don't go, well, how much? There again, micromanaging. You just make it happen. You just do it as much as you need to do it.
You see, nothing happened.
There you go.
Did anything happen?
Yes.
No.
It did. You did. And getting the back up is they have to tighten the sternum and open the wither, the spinal processes, and bring the wither up. That's what brings the horse off the forehand.
Okay.
This teaches how to engage this part of the back. This teaches this to open up first. When you ask for a vertical pole release, the base of the neck has to go up. The sternum has to come up, which raises the withers and brings them off the forehand. When that happens, then they engage the hindquarters. Okay? So where the base of the wither is, we go down into the neck, and there's a girth there, but I'll go up, 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 up. And so that's teaching her to now tighten her own sternum to lift this whole part off the forehead. So it's a wither lift and belly lifts are paramount in maintenance. And educating the horse how to use its top line before you ride it. And I do it on all colts that I start. Teaching their own, you're teaching them their anatomy and how to utilize biomechanics and locomotion in their anatomy.
Okay.
Fun stuff.
Yeah.
Nice side pull.
Yeah, I don't even remember where I got that.
So, okay, go ahead and
Right here at the behind the jaw, the cheek bone.
then they won't back. You're telling them where to release.
Okay.
Okay, and that helps clarify a little bit for them. Okay. And then
Can you do the lateral and then that comes? Because it seems like sometimes she'll do this and then I've got that too.
you need to get the vertical pure first.
You do need to.
Because when you're, and this is why, when you're going forward and not making a turn, you have to get a vertical pole release. When you ask for a back, you have to first have a vertical pole release. That first vertical pole release straight has to be taught before going to a lateral pole release.
Something like that.
And they all saw it. There was a skinny deer up there earlier.
Ah, that's it.
And if I have to, I'll help them here too. Rather than get the vertical this far over, I'd like to have the vertical release when I ask for the lateral earlier. So don't be afraid to touch your horse. Put your hands on and help them.
Okay. Yeah, with the bit she was tending to overdo it too. And I didn't
You
want
bet,
that.
because yeah, you don't want that, because then they just start folding and
Yeah,
breaking,
yeah.
and it's not a soft, supple move. Good girl. Good girl.
It looked like you did the lateral and then the pole release.
Well, I had my hand here. I'm not going to get the vertical completely first, but I don't want it. I don't want her to go to the vertical release when and that's what she was doing it here. I want it sooner than that.
Oh, okay.
There we go. A lot sooner.
Okay.
Then when the head comes around, it's more perpendicular to the ground because we don't want it to do this because then we torque C1 in cranium. That's a lock.
Okay.
Especially with those wings on there, boy, that interferes and creates it lock up really quick the way that first cervical is shaped. The first and the second cervical are shaped, if you've ever seen them. If you were at my house, I could show you the bones.
You probably have the whole skeleton.
I have whole skeletons.
We do too. We just can't quite see.
I do.
Okay, so if we were going to do leg yield, let me get away from...
Your bubble's got to be bigger, rib cage. There you go. Okay. And we go straight. That's why I was having contact with you. This one was a little bit too much.
You just take the contact away and see if she'll just go straight. Let her adjust her head and keep it just in the legs only. There you go. I'll take that. And she'll curve a little, but you can create more impulsion from behind. She should straighten out. Don't look at her head. Look to where you're going to. You can see it choking up to the shoulder again. Get back to the rib cage. Less rain, less rain, less rain. Get your hand back on those reins. There you go. There's your piece. To go to a leg yield, because if I was going to go and start actually going to the leg yield, let me walk her up here. Get away from the steps. So I want to make it as easy as I can for the horse. This is so difficult to do from the ground. To do a leg yield from the ground. I mean a half pass from the ground.
Oh, I know.
It's really, it's almost, because you've got to have one leg, you've got to have, usually it's your seat bone that tells the horse where to bend in the rib cage to be bent direction of travel, and it's this leg that says go that way, is the problem. Okay, so let's just wait for that up top, because that's just going to create a lot of confusion for her. I don't do a half pass on the ground unless I'm ground driving, line driving.
Okay. Well,
And
I really want to be able to do it from the saddle. I just was messing around trying to get the gist of it.
Yeah. Okay. And so you can teach a half pass in driving line. Here, because I want my point of the hip to be where my leg's going to be, so it transfers up when I go over. Good girl. Don't let me run over somebody. Good girl. Beautiful. Beautiful. See how much she's getting. She totally gets what I'm asking. Yeah. Because I've got myself in such a wonderful position.
She does it even when I'm in the wrong position.
Awesome. Beautiful. Yeah. But if you choke up here, then you're over controlling the horse again, and now you're here, you're not going anywhere.
Okay, makes sense. And she always kind of drags the inside hind. Is that just because she needs more strength there, or?
Well, she could, at 20,
Yeah.
she's going to have some arthritis. She's going to have some,
Okay.
she's not too.
Okay, I didn't know if there was something I should do.
Yep, just good riding and suppling will help keep strengthening. Will keep the strengthening going.
And that's here.
And see, that is coming, looks to me like it's coming out of the hock. Why she's dragging, she's shifting her hock. So she Ty has some arthritic changes that have happened in her house. I have arthritic changes in my knees.
So this actually should help her, even though
Yeah.
she's driving it.
Yep, absolutely. You just do it nice and slow and quiet. There's no hurry, no intent. These are very zen.
Now, if we wanted to sit her straight, we just do this. That one, am I doing that correctly?
You just,
Go down.
yep, and what you want to do, if you want to up here,
Yeah, figure that out.
it's fine to do the lateral pole release. Okay? But the problem is that you can't go from a counter bend, creating a leg yield, to an instant automatic bend, which would be more a half pass, because it's no longer a counter bend, because you're asking the ribs to bend that way. Remember yesterday when I was working with Lisa?
You
Where
said
you go-
straight, yeah.
right.
I thought we had done some steps that were straight
But
first.
you had too much contact here at that point. You just want to keep it straight and loose.
Okay. I was
And
taking
it come through
contact,
here.
so I didn't
Yeah.
have this side coming